Hello drama lovers, and welcome to Drama Era. Today, we're going to talk about a fun and supernatural Korean drama called My Girlfriend is the Man. I'll give you a short and simple summary of episode 1. The episode starts with main lead Park Yeon-jae working at a quiet coffee shop on a rainy afternoon. Everything seems normal until a hooded stranger walks in, carrying a suitcase. Yeon-jae greets the customer, and the stranger takes out a resident card and a student ID, both showing a girl's face. Then the stranger pulls back the hood, and to Yeon-jae's shock, it's someone he doesn't recognize. Yeon-jae asks, "How did you get these?" The stranger then says, "Yeon-jae." Surprised, Yeon-jae asks, "Do I know you?" The mysterious man says, "I'm your girlfriend, Kim Jin." Yeon-jae freezes, completely stunned and unsure how to react to such an unbelievable statement. A flashback begins, taking us to an earlier point in their story. Ji-yoon is at a job interview when the interviewer asks about her favorite novel, which she had listed on her resume, The Birth and Extinction of the Cosmos. She explains, "I learned about this book from my boyfriend, who is an astronomy student. I had to read it many times to fully understand its message." The interviewer then asks, "What message did you take away from the book?" Ji-yoon replies thoughtfully, "Love is the source of trouble." Later, Yeon-jae is waiting for her outside and surprises her with flowers. When he notices she is wearing high heels, he comments that they must be hurting her. He then takes out a pair of comfortable slippers and gently helps her put them on. Spotting a blister on her foot, he pulls out a band-aid and carefully covers it, a small but thoughtful gesture that shows how much he cares. Afterward, they share a meal together and excitedly plan their first ever trip to Chuncheon. Ji-yoon blushes, her mind wandering to more romantic possibilities for the night. She tries not to let it show, but the thought lingers. Then Yeon-jae smiles and clarifies that his plan is to watch the meteor shower with her under the stars all night. She laughs it off, but deep down, her imagination is still running wild. Later that evening, Ji-yoon and Yeon-jae are standing outside her house, sharing a kiss. Just then, her older sister arrives home from the office, walking up from the street. Startled, Ji-yoon quickly tries to hide her face, but her sister is already right between them, catching them in the act. Flustered, Ji-yoon says, "Don't just stand there, ignore us and go inside." But her sister smirks and replies, "Do it inside. Why are you out here in the cold?" As her sister goes inside, Yeon-jae chuckles softly at the awkward moment. The next day, Ji-yoon visits the home of her friend, who works as a writer. Her friend is stressed out because she has a script deadline and is feeling miserable about it. As they chat, Ji-yoon excitedly talks about her upcoming trip with Yeon-jae. Her friend sighs and says teasingly, "Your friend is drowning in work, and you're just going off on a trip?" Then, with a playful look, she adds, "So, what's really going to happen on this overnight trip?" Ji-yoon quickly insists, "It's just for stargazing," but her friend smirks knowingly. To make things even more awkward, she hands Ji-yoon something to keep you safe, saying, "It's to protect your body." Ji-yoon's face turns bright red as she tries to laugh it off, but the thought clearly stays in her mind. While working at the coffee shop, Yeon-jae notices a girl sitting outside through the window. Recognizing her, he calls out, "Boss." She comes over and stops by the shop. Yeon-jae says to her, "How can this place stay open when there are barely any customers?" That's when he finds out the truth: she is the daughter of the building's owner, which explains why she isn't too concerned about the shop's business. That night, Ji-yoon's sister is at home, drinking and laying out tarot cards. As she flips one over, she sees the unique card and pauses, a grin slowly spreading across her face. She remarks that she has never drawn a card like this before, clearly amused by what it might mean. Later that night, Ji-yoon sees Yeon-jae outside with a luxury car. Curious, she asks about it. Yeon-jae quickly explains, "It's not mine, my boss lent it to me." He then recalls how he ended up with the car. In the flashback, his boss casually mentioned, "Yes, I'm the daughter of the building's owner, but I don't have a boyfriend." That's when Yeon-jae got an idea. He showed her a photo of a very handsome guy from 5 years ago. Impressed, she asked, "Can you give me his number?" And that's the story behind the car. Back in the present, Ji-yoon smirks and says, "Your boss is all overlooks, she is just like my sister." They continue chatting for a while, laughter mixing with the cool night air. Eventually, the conversation slows, and they lean in, sharing a warm kiss. Ji-yoon, smiling between breaths, murmurs, "It's fine, my sister is probably asleep by now or passed out drinking." But just then, a voice drifts down from the rooftop, playful and teasing, "Do it inside." They both freeze, looking up in shock, realizing her sister has been watching the whole time. That night, Ji-yoon excitedly packs her bag for the trip, carefully including everything, even the item her friend Jae-hae gave her. She finishes her packing with a glowing smile, then takes her time doing her skincare routine, clearly looking forward to the getaway. Meanwhile, on the other side, Yoon-jae is just as excited. He is packing his own bag and tucks in a special gift for Ji-yoon, a necklace he bought for her. Everything is ready for their big trip. The next morning, Yoon-jae is having breakfast with his mom, dad, and sister. As they eat together, his mom keeps adding more food to his plate, saying, "Eat more, you'll need the strength for your trip." His sister joins in with a playful grin, and his dad nods knowingly. Between bites, they all keep teasing and wishing him well. "Hope everything goes perfectly on your trip," they say, their smiles making it clear they're hinting at more than just stargazing. Yoon wakes up feeling a little strange. Still sleepy, she gets out of bed and heads to the bathroom. As she looks into the mirror, she freezes. Staring back at her is not her own face, but that of a handsome young man. Shocked and confused, Ji-yoon touches her face, trying to understand what has happened. Just then, the bathroom door opens, and Ji-yoon's older sister walks in. "Sorry," she says, hopping onto the toilet without looking. Ji-yoon tries to hide her face, but her sister suddenly notices something strange. She looks up and gasps in shock to see a boy standing there. Quickly, she jumps up and turns on the water, splashing it toward him. "Who are you? Where's my sister?" she demands. The boy, still shocked himself, replies, "I'm Ji-yoon, your little sister." Her sister hesitates, then says, "I only have one little sister, Ji-yoon." Panicked, her elder sister steps out of the bathroom and starts running around, shouting, "I'll protect you, Ji-yoon." "Where are you?" Later, they sit on the sofa, the boy nervously saying, "I'm Ji-yoon." Her sister crosses her arms and warns, "Tell me the truth. If you're lying, I'll call the police." The boy swallows hard, then says, "I can't control." Her sister covers her body with her hands. He adds, "I think I have male parts now, can you help me?" She shakes her head, but he grabs her and drags her toward the bathroom, causing her to scream. As they talk, the sister starts to notice how handsome he looks. Then, the boy has an idea. He shows her the tattoo on his shoulder. Suddenly, they both recall a memory. Their parents gave them matching shoulder tattoos to help them recognize each other if anything ever happened. The sister gasps, shocked, and finally believes him. Ji-yoon doesn't want to see Yoon-jae like this, so she asks her sister to tell him she's sick and can't come. When Yoon-jae insists, "I want to see her," I'm worried, her sister hesitates but lies, saying, "I don't like anyone coming into my house." Then the memory hits her how she always told Yoon-jae to come inside. But for her, nothing is more important than protecting her little sister. From that day on, Yoon-jae always comes by the door, bringing flowers and food for Ji-yoon. Every night, her sister takes the gifts inside for her. One day, her sister finally tells Ji-yoon, "You need to be honest with him. Go tell him the truth or end things for good." Ji-yoon goes to the coffee shop and shows Yoon-jae everything, her ID cards, documents, anything that proves he is really Ji-yoon, his girlfriend. But Yoon-jae still doesn't believe her. He looks at Ji-yoon and says, "Where is Ji-yoon? Tell me the truth or I'll call the police, and you'll be in jail." Ji-yoon, desperate, replies, "I'm ready to go to jail if it means you'll believe me. But please, believe me, I am Ji-yoon, your girlfriend." Frustrated and confused, Yoon-jae suddenly punches her, or rather, the body Shesin, right in the face. Yoon-jae goes alone to the place where they first confessed. He remembers their awkward blind date. Both were supposed to meet other people, but ended up talking to each other instead. A girl walks up to the boy, and they realize they're mismatched. The girl asks, "Aren't you studying business?" He replies, "No, I'm studying astronomy." Then the boy asks the girl, "Aren't you studying English?" She blushes and says, "No, I'm studying Korean," and quickly walks away embarrassed. The boy calls out, "Wait, excuse me," and runs after her. They start talking and become friends. One day, while helping her study in a room filled with astronomy books and equipment, she is mesmerized by him and blushes. Suddenly, she kisses him on the cheek. Reality hits her, and she says, "I'm not like this." But then he softly kisses her on the lips. That heartfelt moment marks the beginning of their love and how they confess to each other. When Yoon-jae meets Ji-yoon's sister, he gets to know about the matching tattoo on her shoulder and is shocked. He feels confused and doesn't know what to do next. Just then, Ji-yoon steps outside the house to meet Yoon-jae. She asks him, "Would you break up with me? Please don't. We can find a solution." Yoon-jae remains unsure, still confused by everything. Then he sees Ji-yoon looking at him. Later at home, Ji-yoon and her sister talk about what's happening. Her sister explains that this kind of thing happened to their mother before, but she eventually got better. This gives Ji-yoon hope that she can find a way to fix things too. The next day, Yoon-jae has to teach Ji-yoon how to shave since she now has a man's body. At first, he explains how to shave carefully. But while she tries, she accidentally cuts herself. Yoon-jae scolds her gently, then shows her how to shave softly and carefully. As he watches her, he thinks to himself, "How can my girlfriend look so handsome like this?" Ji-yoon tells him not to go eat ramen, but he insists, No, I have to go." Then, instead of seeing the boy standing in front of him, he only sees his girlfriend inside that body. He ignores the boy and stays there a little longer, caught up in the moment. The coffee shop, Yoon-jae is working alongside his friend, who also has a part-time job there. Looking tense, Yoon-jae suddenly asks, "What would you do if your girlfriend turned into a boy?" His friend blinks in confusion. "What kind of question is that?" But Yoon-jae presses, and his friend replies, "I just want to know how it happened and how it could be cured. Something must have caused it, right?" Then, with a grin, his friend adds, "You know, sometimes a kiss can solve everything." That thought sticks in Yoon-jae's head. Without another word, he gets up and goes straight to Ji-yoon. "What happened that night?" he asks her seriously. "Nothing," she says at first. Then she remembers, "Well, I did eat 2 fried eggs in one go, but that's it." Without warning, Yoon-jae pulls her against the wall, leaning in close. It looks like he's about to kiss her, and in that charged moment, the episode ends with the two of them standing too close.